Hello and welcome back to my channel. In the last video we have spent a good amount of time taking the interior out and cleaning the seat and cleaning the bottom part of the mat because it was all molded because it got damp due to window being left open for about 3 weeks. So if you haven't seen that video, it's part 2. So today, what are we doing today? Good question. We also got the car started, which wasn't an easy task. So it says there, start. No, guess what? It does start, which we found out in the last video. This is really hard to clean off. So here we go. It starts. It's lumpy, but it starts. So today I would like to work on this side of the car. This car has came with the suspension damage. It is a mystery. I don't know how that happened. Either it was damaged during transport, I don't know, but it needs to be fixed. So this is the problem. So yeah, I need to change this ball joint and I need to change this lower suspension arm, which I have received and I have sitting with me. So this is the ball joint that I have bought from eBay. That's the part number. I actually took a gamble buying this because I couldn't find what I need. When I was looking up, it actually came with the whole front, I don't know what you call that, wheel hub thing, which I didn't want to buy because it was like 200 quid. So this here was like 40 quid, and in the worst case scenario I could just use this rubber because the rubber is only damaged on that part. And then I have received this as well, which again I took a gamble for a older model, and it was like 70 quid instead of being like 170 or something from eBay. So we'll see. We'll take the old parts off or broken parts off and then we'll compare and see if that's the right part that we need. So I have taken the wheel off and it's quite badly damaged, but I hope they can repair this. And this is to do with the suspension arm in the bottom of the wheel. When we got the car off the trailer, I lifted it up, jacked it up and put the 3 blocks there to keep the car up so it's not too much pressure on the wheel. It already kind of scuffed it and damaged it because of this. So when the car is sitting on the wheel, this is actually sitting on the bottom of the rim. So I wanted to lift that up and clear it so it's not going to damage the rim. I just lifted the bonnet up, it gives me more light, it is getting darker. So I'm going to try to do as much as I can today. I did get the wheel off, I'm going to try to disassemble this. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time putting new parts in, because I would love to get that car moved behind the house, but at the minute it is what it is. Now that I have taken the front wheel off, I can actually start working on the suspension. So here I'm just taking the caliper off first. Now that the caliper is off, I can actually get to the steering arm, which I'm doing it now. And then once that's out, I was working on the upper suspension arm, taking it off. But it was really tight, so I had to get an Allen key to hold it. And then once I'd done that, it actually came out not too bad. So that's the whole assembly off. I do apologize, it's pitch dark outside. I have got this wheel light. It might make some difference, it might help you to see better what I'm doing. So I'm going to use the jack to jack this up a tiny bit so it takes the pressure off these points, and that means I can loosen all these bolts and take that part off. So I just lifted it just enough to take the pressure off, and I'm taking the stabilizer off here, and I needed to take the strut off, and then obviously I needed the tools, so I lifted them and spilled it all on the floor. So that's me rearranging the whole set. So now that I have loosened the strut, I lift it up and down to get the bolt out, and here I'm loosening the lower control arm as well, and there's a bolt in the back and I scraped it so I know where to put it. It's like an adjustable one, and that's for your lower suspension arm. So eventually we got these 2 parts out. So that's the suspension arm. This is where it snapped. This is where it goes. This is the ball joint. This is new one, just the cover on. And then this is new suspension arm. And they do actually look the same. stand there. So yeah, they do actually look pretty identical. So maybe I'll fit this in first, and then I'll do this the last, because I have to press this in and out, so I'm gonna have to go and do it in the garage. So yeah. Oh yeah, can anybody tell me in the comments, why did they grind this off? Like all the numbers, part numbers and stuff? I just don't understand why they do that. Because now when I fit this, you'll not know what the part number is for that, because it's not there. Okay. So I'm not a mechanic, but apparently, so when you change the suspension arm, you should never tighten everything when the car is up. So what I'll do is I'll put this jack underneath that and raise it up to the same level as it was when I was taking that off, and then tighten that back. That bolt, like tighten this, and then obviously it needs to be set to a certain way too. So I have it scribed here. You can't really see it. There's a wee line here. So I'm gonna set it the same way as I took it out, but first I need to bring this up and then tighten everything. Yeah, and of course it's not gonna be 100% right. It'll be probably 80% right. But I'm gonna get the wheel alignment done anyway after the car is ready to get back on the road. So this is just gonna be a rough indication where it needs to be. From this to this, brand new. So that's all looking good. So yeah. And again, I apologize for the light. It's not the greatest setup, but I work with what I have at the minute. Hopefully soon we get this garage built. So yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna bring this to the garage and we're gonna get this pressed out. I'm gonna try to take this lead off in case I get it damaged. Here, to be honest, that was really like seized in there, so I had to use WD and I cleaned it, and then it took actually like 10 minutes to take that sensor out. No more wires to break. So to get the wheel hub off, I need to loosen these 4 bolts, and then once I've done that, I sprayed some WD on the back of the bearing, because that's where the magnets are for your ABS. So that's it, got that off. Now we're gonna try to press this out from this side, that way. So no matter where I positioned that, it wasn't just aligning up with the press, so it wasn't gonna work, unfortunately. Press isn't working. Plan B. Take this, or sorry, this one. So I'm gonna use the socket. Now it just sits in here quite nicely, and I'm gonna try to hammer that out. With the press, there's no room putting that in anywhere. There's not enough surface area to press it, just how this is located. So yeah, this is the only way I can get this out, I think, is this way, just by hammering this. Not ideal, but this is what I've got. I didn't actually expect this to start moving so quick. It's actually moving. Happy days. Don't know how I'm gonna push it back in, but we'll worry about that later. Yay! Out. And it looks the same. Looks identical. Here I was trying to figure out how I'm gonna put that in, but yeah. Okay, I think I'm done for today. I'm gonna tidy up and I'm gonna put everything away. It is getting late and I need to figure out how to push that back into that, but I'll do it tomorrow. I'm gonna go tidy up and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. And we are back. Last night we have taken the suspension arm off, and we tried to put the ball joint back in, but it got too late, so I went home. But today we're gonna get everything back together, and hopefully, if it all goes well, we'll try something cool. But I'll not tell you now because it's gonna be a wee surprise. So that's us back in the garage, and I found this. This is like an old exhaust pipe. So what I'm thinking to do, to put this in there like that, and then cut it where I need it, so I can use something to press it onto that. I don't want to hammer this because it's a new part. Don't want to damage it. So my thinking is, so this is just sitting there. It's not, it's literally just sitting there. So I'm gonna put this over this, like that. And what I'm thinking, what's the best way to show you guys? See here, yes. My thinking is to have this like that. Instead of pushing here, I'm pushing from the top. So let's see. Let's try this. And I think that should work. Unless it's not, maybe I can double this. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's actually going. Yep, it's going. That actually worked pretty well. So I can show you what I've done on this side. So it's like that. That's the new part pushed in. Yes! You're probably wondering why I'm not using this garage. Well, it's not mine. There's not enough room here anyway. My mum's husband uses this garage for some other stuff. But I just stored stuff last night here because they want to bring it outside. But we're gonna get all this back to the car. And we're back to the car. Got all the tools ready. I got this pressed in the garage. We're gonna get this control arm on. We're gonna get the steering rack screwed on, and then the calipers, and obviously the brake disc with the bearing as well. Got that cleaned as much as I could. Obviously the sensor needs to go back in, the ABS sensor, and oh yeah, I got the boot for the steering rack as well, so I'm gonna try to change it. Don't know if it's gonna work because I bought the universal one. They didn't have the original one, but we'll soon find out. To put the whole thing back together, I'm just literally doing exactly the same, just in reverse when I was taking things apart. Sometimes I like to use a bit of grease on the ball joints and stuff, so it's easier to take it off the next. You're doing any type of service, or you just change it first. It just makes it a lot easier. So here I had to compress the caliper for some reason, I think, because maybe I pressed the brake or something, it just came out. But I had to take it off again because you have to do the steering arm first. And plus I was changing the boot anyway, so it kind of was in the way, so yeah. Here I was checking and comparing the two steering boots to see how it fits and how I need to mount it. If I can stretch this to that size, it might not be too bad. For the size wise, this is more flexible anyway. This is very rigid. Working flat out. So we got the steering boot changed as well. It was just a new universal one, but it fitted okay. And I reused this clip, but the other clip, well, it's not a clip. I used the cable tie, but I need to get a Jubilee clip for that. Oh yeah, one more thing. So when I was also taking the steering rack off, I was measuring with the calipers to make sure I put it back in the same place. So once I'm happy enough with the steering rack, I'm putting all back together, and this is like a final touches. And I always go around and make sure I tighten everything correctly. Guys, I think we did it. We got the suspension repaired. So we're gonna take this safety jack thing out and we're gonna set it back on that wheel. See how away she looks. That's very exciting. That means she can potentially roll and drive by itself. Well, not by itself, but you know what I mean. So she went from, oh, look at me, I have a broken leg, to I'm ready to race. Ta-da! Now that she's back on her all fours, let's see what else can she do. Now that we have the wheels fixed, and in the last video we tried to start the car and it did, but there's few electronic issues. We're thinking because of the interior, or well, the seat was out because I was cleaning it, and look at it, looks like new. So now that's back in. have connected the battery and left the battery connected for a while to see maybe everything charges up, whatever electronics, whatever 5-volt batteries. In some modules I think there's a 5-volt battery, like a backup battery, so I have this left for a couple of days now connected. So let's try starting this car again. Okay, so before we start, let's try the key. Last time it didn't work, so oh, something flashed. So let's lock it. Oh yeah, boy, she's locking. Unlocking. Aha! Right, okay, I think we're onto something here. Right. Let's see. Headlight fault. Same faults, we know. So let's try ignition on. Ignition came on. Screen is on. Will it stay on? That's the question. Didn't have to do the key, so which is good. In the last video I had to put the key here every time I want to do something. That screen is not doing anything, but let's try starting it. Oh boy, I think the interior, the seat being back in, fixed all the issues. Right, let's try it, something else. What did just happen there? Did that thing move by itself? No, it was moved by me, but still it moved. So what have we learned? We have learned that it starts in the last video. In this video we have learned that it actually drives. So it starts and now it drives. Starts and drives. Oh yeah, we done such a good job. We're very close of getting this car back and running. Back and running on the road. Now that she moved from that wall, she looks amazing. Such a nice stance. Big wide hips in the back. Narrow eyes, like, aha, I'm gonna get you. Well, it is a Jaguar. So yeah, but here, I cannot wait to get this whole thing, the front bumper on, so it actually gives a proper look of the car. But so far, I think we're doing really good from the things we've done and from what we had. I think we've done a great job, honestly. And like I said, I love the look of the car. It's amazing. Very exciting times. I think not long till we get this back on the road and actually do a proper test drive. I never had anything this powerful. I am driving a BMW 5 Series, but it's a diesel car, so it's nothing compared to this petrol. And I think it pumps 300 brake, and it's supercharged, so it should have a good punch. We'll see. Cannot wait. We've done it, guys. We actually started the car and drove for about 2 meters, but I don't care. It's amazing progress. And here, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more updates. Bye.